Hey everyone, thank you for joining me today. I'm just going to set this up on my computer so I can see messages that are coming through. Today I sent a little post out about how we have some unusual weather going on here in Ontario, and I think in other places around the world too, because I have noticed, especially in posts on social media, I have seen more rainbows in real life and on social media lately than I have in my whole entire life. And I really feel this is as a result of this unusual weather where we've had like torrential storms here in Ontario, and then an hour later we'll have beaming, bright, beautiful sunlight and the rainbows, everywhere. So this has been a real delight. That's been the delightful part about this weather. There have been some parts that maybe haven't been so good. For example, like record flooding here in Ontario. It's a bit unpredictable. We don't really know if we're going to an event or if we have something big on, like a wedding or something like that. Of course, we normally want sunny weather for that. And when I was chatting with a friend the other night, we were talking about how, I'm just going to grab some water. We were talking about how the erratic weather is actually really mirroring our own emotional climate. And maybe you've noticed this in your own life. And hey, Caitlin, happy you are here. Welcome. And yeah, maybe you've noticed this in your own life. Maybe you've been feeling, hey, Tessa, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. Yeah, maybe you've been feeling all the feels lately. I know I have. Last week, oh yeah, I had a feeling I wasn't the only one. Last week, for the first 3 days, it was like, whoa, walking on sunshine. This is the best feeling of my life. Everything's just like ecstasy. Hey, Kelly. Oh my gosh, what an amazing group we have here today. Yeah, been upside down with my emotions. This is the thing. We are feeling this where it's just feels like a bit of an emotional roller coaster. And so what I wanted to look in today, yeah, it's been intense, and that word gets used a lot lately, but it really has been for a while. And especially with these, well, actually, before we even get started with the meditation, I wanted to read something about what's going on astrologically, which will help make a little more sense of this, and then we'll find out what to do with our emotions and how we can release the trapped emotions. Because when I was tuning in before the video, what I heard is we could use a real chakra clearing and chakra balancing, because there are some trapped emotions there that we want to feel, we want to let out, and yet they just feel stuck. And hey, Lamanda, oh my gosh, what an amazing group. I'm so happy about all these new people joining. This is beautiful. And yeah, Lamanda, you are the rainbow queen, so you know all about rainbows and you see them all the time, which is so beautiful. And I was just saying that we're going to do a chakra clearing and balancing today. And for me, what I was getting when I was tuning in for guidance about this is, hey Emily, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I decided to do this today. I just love connecting with all you wonderful people. What I was getting in terms of guidance today is we're seeing all these rainbows out there in the real world after we go through the stormy weather. And with our emotions, if we allow them to flow and we don't suppress them or judge them, what comes on the other side is that rainbow of hope and of magic, and like, wow, I wasn't expecting this, but also that symbolism of our chakras being balanced and everything being in order and aligned. So that's what we're going to have at the end of our meditation today. So before we get started with that, I just wanted to read something that came into my inbox today that made a lot of sense to me. By not Amanda, Allison Lessard. So she says, we start the week off with Mercury still in Cancer but moving into Leo this week, which should provide some mental relief to the current emotional zaps and bogs of all this watery energy. Mars in Cancer can already slow stuff down, but now Chiron has stationed retrograde in Pisces. So that represents confusion, intuition on overload, emotional drowning, delusion central, misinterpreting information, and taking things personally. You get the idea. However, with all this water energy, you can find, if you can find a healthy release, which we will do today, and really allow the flow to help you tap into your deep intuition, this could be an amazingly healing time. Deep healing is often messy and confusing. Just let it be whatever it needs to be, and as long as you're not repressing your feels or taking them out on the wrong person or projecting your fears where they don't even exist, yes, we all do this, we're human, then everything's going to be a-okay. And actually, I noticed I did that this weekend where I don't think I was suppressing my emotions so much, but I felt like they were kind of inconvenient. Like, you know, when you're around a lot of people and you feel like, oh, now is not really the time for me to just go off and cry or, you know, get angry and just release that. There were other things going on, and I thought, oh, I'll get to that later. And then, you know what? Actually, it did come out in a way that I wasn't really thrilled about afterwards and had to apologize for. Nothing major, but just, it, you know, it came out in a way that it just wasn't really about that, you know? It was about something deeper that I wasn't taking a look at. So today we will find out where these emotions are trapped and go about releasing them. So I hope that sounds good to everybody, and with that, I think it's time to just jump right on in. So we'll be doing a Theta healing meditation today, and I invite you to meditate along with me, and we'll see what comes through about emotions, why we have them, why we have the full range. And it keeps coming to me to tell this story. Just before the video, I had this flash of this conversation I had with a friend, and this was about 15 or 20 years ago. And I remember saying to her that I just wanted to be happy all the time, and I wanted everybody to be happy all the time. And she said to me, well, if we didn't have all the other emotions, how would you know you were happy? You wouldn't feel the full expression of that. You wouldn't feel the full intensity in a good way. And I said, that would be okay. I'd still rather just have that, even if it was just felt neutral. I'd just rather have that. I think for so many of us who have been ultra sensitive all along, I think that's a pretty natural reaction. And I think if we didn't feel happy for most of our lives, once we get a taste of that happiness, we just want it to stay. But what I've noticed is, and we can get the highest truth on this, is if we do allow the other emotions and we don't judge them, and actually if we appreciate them, then they flow and we do come back to that happiness kind of default, if you want to call it that. So I think that's all going to be very helpful, you know, finding out why we have the full range of emotions and how to express and appreciate them in a way that's appropriate for all of us. So let's go ahead and get comfy. If you have some water, you can have some of that. If you have a crystal, I'm going to go with rose quartz today. And how we will start off is just by closing our eyes, and I'm going to invite you to take a few deep breaths into your heart. So imagining you're breathing into your heart now and releasing that deep breath. Another deep breath into your heart. Releasing that deep breath. Another deep breath into your heart. And releasing that deep breath. Now we're just going to move the energy from your heart all the way down through your body, down past your knees, out through the soles of your feet, going all the way down through all the layers of the earth until you reach the crystalline core of Mother Earth. Here we're going to connect in and draw that crystalline energy all the way back up. Up, up, up through all the layers of the earth, up through the soles of your feet, coming up through your bloodstream, past your knees, your hips, all the way up through all of your chakras until you get to your crown. We're just going to imagine a colorful ball of light above your crown chakra, above your head, and it can be any color you like. And just imagine this, imagine moving your consciousness, your essence into that ball of light and allow it to move you upwards. We're going to go all the way up through the sky, going up past the stars, going up into a golden light, keep going up into all the colors of the rainbow. These are the laws of the universe here. They're going to propel you up even higher into a pink light, the pink light of compassion. Allow that to nourish all your cells as it moves you up through an opening, out the other side into a tingly white light. And this tingly white light is the highest unconditional love and light. It's the energy of all that is. So we're just going to take a deep breath in now and allow that unconditional love and light to nourish every cell of your body and being. So breathing that in now. And releasing that breath. Okay, so I'm just going to tune in for guidance to see where we will begin today. What's for the highest and best for everyone watching right now in the live stream and in the future. Okay, so I am hearing to start out with the healing for your chakras. So whatever would be for your personal highest and best. And again, what I'm really feeling a lot of for everyone is that, especially in the lower chakras, and if you don't know a lot about chakras, that's absolutely fine. But just knowing that there's trapped energy, trapped emotions, stagnant energy in the lower chakras, in the lower part of your body. So if you would like to have that released, whatever would be for your highest and best, to have that healing done now, just say yes, knowing it's all done with ease and grace and tailor-made for you. So if you would like that, just say yes, and I will watch as that takes place. Okay, so what I'm witnessing right now is there's been like a protective layer built up around your, especially again, the lower chakras, although I'm seeing this with the heart as well. So your base chakra, there's some with your solar plexus. There's like a buildup around the outside, like a protective wall, a protective barrier. So can we show you that you can be safe and protected without any barriers? You can have safe energetic boundaries. You can have like a membrane that allows what's good for you in and doesn't allow what's not good for you in. If you would like that, just say yes, and we'll have that replacing the stagnant built up. I'm seeing it like hardened. It's over time, it just got harder and harder, and there's this buildup around the outside. So if you would like that to be broken up and released, and then replaced with this, what I'm hearing is permeable membrane, so that what comes in for your highest and best is allowed in, and what's not for your highest and best just sort of bounces off, I'm seeing. If you would like that, just say yes. And can we show you, so what I'm getting is there are memories attached to these emotions, the stagnant and built up emotions there. Can we show you what it would feel like to honor all of those emotions, to honor the memories, to honor your past without hanging on to it, without carrying it around inside anymore? Show you that you know who you are without those blocks, basically, and that it's safe to live without those blocks. If you would like that, just say yes. Oh, okay, so that's interesting, because now I'm seeing things starting to flow. So would you like to know what it would feel like to have your emotions flow, and to have that flow when it's for your highest and best, things flowing into your cells and flowing out of your cells? So you have that beautiful flow I'm also seeing a flow between all of your chakras, so that everything is balanced and aligned and flowing together. All that energy, I'm really feeling that in a really positive way for you. So if you'd like that, just say yes to be able to feel that flow, and to have the circumstances of your life have flow with that, to have the flow from one emotion to another without judgment, without repressing, without suppressing. Okay, so that's a big one. So any way that in the past we repressed emotions, we repressed memories, we repressed circumstances, we repressed things we didn't like, can we show you and your inner child that that was totally appropriate then, and your subconscious mind, that was the appropriate thing to do, but when it's not appropriate nowadays, that we can release that way of being. And what I'm getting is, for the majority of us, that's no longer the best way of doing things for us. We don't need that anymore. And same goes for your chakras. They're hanging on to things that, just because that's the way we've always done it. But can we show your chakras, your inner child, your subconscious mind that, show you all the ways you have changed, and that it's safe to change, and that change is safe now, and give you clear discernment on that, on when change is safe and maybe when it isn't safe, so you know how to make safe choices. If you would like that, just say yes. Okay, so now can we show you and your inner child why we have emotions, why we have feelings, and again, how to see and appreciate and feel the beauty of all the emotions without, without that judgment, so that we can, even if there's somewhere we might prefer it, obviously, you know, it's natural to prefer joy over, I could name a bunch of other ones. That is natural. But without that real, really blocking them and putting in preferences that really don't serve us, so that we can just allow it, appreciate it, and then that flow comes in that I was talking about. So if you would like to know the highest truth about that and what that feels like, how to live your daily life with that, just say yes. Okay, and so now if there's any particular emotion that really stands out for you, that might be anger, that might be sadness, that might be loneliness, it might be, there's the whole, again, that whole full range of emotion, but just see what stands out for you right now, the one that's maybe been the dominant theme for you in your life, and let's tune into what that feeling is, the one that you just feel like, why is this still happening? I feel like I've moved past that, but meanwhile this is coming up and it feels really deep. So let's go ahead, just close your eyes and tune into what that feeling might be for you, the one that seems to be the biggest theme. And now let's just ask that feeling, we'll ask it a couple questions, okay? Let's ask it, first of all, how can I serve you? So if it's sadness, okay, let's ask the feeling of sadness, how can I serve you? What can I do for you? What would you like from me? So rather than us just kind of putting that to one side, I'll be sad later, I don't like sadness, why am I sad when I could be happy? Let's go ahead and just have this conversation with that emotion and just see what we can do for it, what it's looking for from us, okay? So just go ahead and see what that answer is for you. Okay, and now let's find out what it's been trying to teach us as well, okay? So what awareness has it been trying to show us? So one half of this equation is what we can do for it, and now we're looking at what has it been trying to do for us? What is it trying to get us to pay attention to, okay? So let's tune in and see what that is. Okay. Beautiful. So those answers may come in right now. They might come in half an hour from now. Let's just make sure you're open for insights and information from whatever this theme or themes what they could be, okay? So being open to that and to honoring that, because that's going to be, I'm hearing, a big key to changing this, to transforming this, okay? And now can we send unconditional love and gratitude to all of our feelings, to all of our emotions, and gratitude that we can feel these things, that we are able to feel these things. And if there's any way we've been choosing to not feel these things, to deliberately numb out or maybe subconsciously, can we just release that pattern and show that it's safe to feel now? If you would like that, just say yes. And so the one last thing that I'm hearing to do before we wrap this up is, can we, if there's been a generational or ancestral pattern, so maybe there's been depression that has come down the line in your family. Again, maybe it's been, maybe it has been loneliness or isolation. Maybe it has been anger. Maybe there's something that you've noticed a common thread for you and your family or ancestors. Can we just go ahead and bring any of the virtues that your family has been gaining through this experience, or any awarenesses that your family has been gaining, but mark that generational pattern as complete now and show you what it feels like, and show your ancestors in all directions of space and time what it would be like to open up to something new now. That it's safe and possible. This is your divine birthright to choose something new. You're capable of this and you're doing this now. If you'd like that, just say yes. Okay. So now I'm just seeing again this, I'm seeing the rainbow, I'm seeing the chakras being aligned, and I'm just going to tune in to see if there's anything else connected with that before we integrate these changes, okay? So what I'm hearing is you are a rainbow. You are the rainbow. So can we show you what it would feel like to live your daily life like that, and to be that, and to beam that out? All of that magic of the rainbow, that hope, that even the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, everything that we associate with the rainbow, and things that we might not even have known yet. So if there's more information from the divine that would be helpful for us, let's just open up to more information about what the rainbow represents and what that represents for you personally, and who you really are at the highest level, and that you can embody this now here on earth, and you are embodying this. If you would like that, just say yes. Okay, so I'm just going to ask now for a showering of unconditional love from the divine for everyone, bringing that in through every cell of your body and being. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and integrate all of these changes now for you, showing you that you know who you are with these changes. It's all happening with ease and grace and joy, I'm hearing, and so much gratitude for you and the journey you have been on, and the journey that you continue to be on, and your courage in that, I'm hearing, and your persistence and perseverance. Just sending you so much gratitude for that. So integrating all of these changes throughout every cell of your body and being, throughout every organ, throughout your mind, throughout every lifetime, every language, every dimension, all the way back to the origin, all directions of space and time, past, present, and future. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so it is. If you'd like that, just say yes. Okay, beautiful. So now what we're going to do is whatever way you like to feel most grounded, if you would like to feel grounded, otherwise you can just stay in this energy of the seventh plane, of the energy of all that is. It's all the same anyway, but if you feel like you would like to be more grounded, maybe you have some driving to do after this or something, just go ahead and imagine in whatever way you feel most grounded. It might be roots growing out from your feet, going down to the heart of Mother Earth, and maybe wrapping around there, really rooting in, and then feeling that heart energy from Mother Earth coming back up through those roots, all the way up through the bottoms of your feet, up through your body, all the way up to your heart. And taking a deep breath in now, Releasing that breath. And you can open your eyes whenever you're ready. So, I hope that helps. If you have some water nearby, you can have some water. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes to bring you back. I'm so grateful for everyone who tuned in today and for all these lovely messages. I really appreciate that. It's been such a beautiful group, and I really like what came through today. That it was neat to see how what was going on with the chakras, and then to see that dissipate. And yeah, I'm curious to hear how. My pleasure, Emily. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, I'm curious to see how this unfolds. If you have any questions, you can always write to me, casey@todayismagical.com, or any comments. And yeah, I feel so much better after that. I hope you do too. And the recording will be here on Facebook, and I will also upload to YouTube. And if you have any questions right now, you can send them through too. Otherwise, yeah, I'm just seeing the rainbow that you are and loving all of you so much. What an amazing group. I'm so grateful for all of you. Yay. I'm so glad you did wake up, Caitlin. Wow, middle of the night for you. That's amazing. How perfect. I'm really happy. Yeah, I felt really inspired to do this today. I actually canceled something else, and I'm really grateful that I was able to do that. I needed to take a nap and release some feelings of my own and feel those feelings, and then I felt ready to do this. So, hi Marie. Oh, what a lovely group. I'm so thrilled. My true pleasure. Thank you, Annie. Thank you for being here. Thanks so much to all of you. I'm going to send you loads of love and see you again soon. I think I'll do another one later on this week. I have some more themes coming in for live streams. So sending you so many blessings and a giant virtual hug and lots of love. Bye.